Shaky, 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 shaky. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Let's go. Now we could go straight into the gym. But there's another area that we can explore, and even though it's optional to do that other area, I do like to do it. And I know in the remakes of this game, it's mandatory to do this area first. A Bellsprout over 100 feet tall. People say that it became the center pillar here. To me, it always just looked like a Game Boy. Only if you reach the top will you obtain an HM. Hello. However hard we battle, the tower will stand strong. Sage, Nico. Send out Bellsprout. Go Bellsprout! Fine Whip! Oh, they also use Fine Whip. Use better Fine Whip! Female Bellsprout, go! Oh yeah, it's another female, so more... It's still a full female team. Fine Whip. Yeah, so... Bellsprout at this level only has Fine Whip. I'm not gonna make you wait this long. I'll just use one more Fine Whip and then switch. Yeah, this is the Sprout Tower, when there's a bunch of sages here, and almost all of them, if not all of them, have a Bellsprout. So, to fight them using Bellsprout is extremely slow. They do give really nice EXP though, these Bellsprout, even though they're level 3. Because if you didn't know, a Pokemon that a trainer uses gives more EXP than a wild Pokemon. So a wild level 3 Bellsprout will give less EXP than this one. I think a wild Bellsprout's like 39 EXP, and this one's 63, I seem to remember. Something like it. 27, but it's maybe 53 then. 27, 26? Let's just keep using flutters. Also, who of you in the chat are a fan of Bean? I know I've only recently caught it, but who of you are a fan of Bean? A Pokemon that just got one-shotted by an unknown's hidden power, and then I switched out against one of its own brethren, the Bellsprout. Who's a fan of Bean? So whoever said me, or I, or anything like it, or is about to say it, I'm never gonna use it again. I didn't actually catch it to be part of my battling team. I just wanted to use it once, but it got one-shotted by the unknown, so I decided to use it a bit more here. But it's not actually meant to be part of my battling team. I caught it for something else. Flutter's level 8, that'll be a bit more powerful tackle. I fought too hard, but it's too weak. Bean the Bellsprout to the back. Sorry, we're not using you. We stand guard in this tower. We express our gratitude to honor all Pokemon. Oh, look, it's a Bellsprout. So surprising. Go Scales. Now, unfortunately, Scales is the only starter Pokemon that's weak to Vine Whip. The other two resist it. And Cyndaquil even learns a fire move that can make really quick work of these Bellsprouts. Once it learns Ember, I think like level 9 or something like that. But luckily Scales is just strong enough with Scratch that can two-shot these Bellsprout. Which is very nice. Or I was lucky on the high roll with the first one. Or that one. Now I'm level 9, now I can two-shot them. But I like to use my lower level Pokemon before the higher level ones, and next fight we'll have Hoothoot up front again. There we go, 54 experience. Where did I get the 63 from then? I don't know. I think Crit scaled on speed in Gen 2. Not sure when the change. I'm pretty sure it was in Gen 2. Almost certain. I'll look it up. Critical. It. Yeah, it was only speed in Gen 1. Gen 2 at base, it's a 1 in 16 chance. And then it becomes 1/8, 1/4, 1/3 to 1/2 with increased things. And then how it increased and what the chances are per extra stage of critical hit ratio, that did change between generations. Gen 2 through 5 was the same, Gen 6 had it different, and then Gen 7 and onwards had it slightly different again, or at least the base was different. Then it became 1 in 24 chances base. The base right now is 1 in 16 chance to crit, always. Unless you use an increased crit ratio move like Slash, or you have an item that increases critical hit ratio, you use Focus Energy, then you increase your chance. This would go so much faster if Flutter's already knew Peck. This is why I was thinking about Peck. Not just for that Caterpie and Weedle trainer, but mostly for Bellsprout Tower. Or Sprout Tower. But it gets to level 11, I think. And I wasn't going to train that far just to get through here quicker. It'd lose me more time than it'd gain me. I trained to find enlightenment in Pokemon. Look, it's a Bellsprout, but it's level 6. Oh my god. They leveled them up. Luckily, we resist Vine Whip, so we're fine. Good thing about them being twice as high in levels, we get twice the EXP. The Elder's HM lights even pitch black darkness. That sounds like a familiar HM. level 6 Bellsprout now no growth. Which isn't as good as it was in Gen 1, because in Gen 1 it raised the special stat, which in this game has been split into both special attack and special defense. So now it increases only the special attack stat. Which does boost Vine Whip in power, because Vine Whip is a grass type move, and therefore in this game it goes off the special stat, or special attack stat. Yeah, they did change it in Gen 2. The crits. Sage Neil has been defeated. Let me see how much you trust your Pokemon. Sage Troy. With more Bellsprout at level 7! This got trained as Bellsprout even further. It's getting dangerous. And I missed my tackle, that's not good. Well, if in danger, I can always switch to Bean the Bellsprout, because it resists Vine Whips and then I can heal the others. But it's not a Nuzlocke, so I'm safe. Speaking of Nuzlocks, for those that know what they are, it's an extra set of challenging rules that you can set yourself in Pokemon games to make it more challenging to play and to many more fun. I do intend to do that with all the main series Pokemon games that I play. So but only after I've completed it, and I'll do it as a bonus episode. So I've just started Pokemon Gold, but I have already finished Pokemon Blue. So somewhere during the walkthrough of Gold, I'll probably do a stream where I do a Nuzlocke of Blue. Maybe I'll do 2 streams if I need 2 streams in terms of time. But I'll do a Pokemon Nuzlocke for Pokemon Blue, and then not upload the entire stream to YouTube, but I'll pick the highlights, the best moments, the important moments, and then edit those into like a sort of a highlights reel of that Nuzlocke and upload that to YouTube as the bonus episode. Ooh, a Hoot Hoot. You only need a Totodile and you have my team. Also, I didn't use potions yet, just because I didn't really feel like it. I was thinking of doing potions after this trainer, but that did mean that Hoot Hoot is now down. Which isn't very good. So now I am actually going to go back to heal, because I need Hoot Hoot. Oh, Joey called again. Hey, Rainer, good morning. It's me, Joey. How are you doing? How are your Pokemon doing? My Rattatas really energetic. It's a handful. Oh yeah, I managed to beat a tough Caterpie. I need to make my party stronger. See you later! Alright, let's go get healed up. I might actually do the gym now, and just come back here later. Because as I said, this is an optional area, and you can do it later too. So I'll just come back here after the gym. Ooh, wild encounter. You can actually get wild encounters in here. I think there's only 2 possible encounters, which during morning and daytime I think is only Rattata. Interestingly, there's no Bellsprout here. It's just Rattata, and during nighttime you can also find Ghastly, your first chance to find a ghost Pokemon. I'm gonna try and defeat it with Scales, but if I get defeated, I'm not too afraid, because then Bean actually gets a win. Nope. Scales gets it. No! It's a speed tie! Bean! Go! Vine Whip! Don't get beaten by a 3 levels higher Rattata! If that would have been a crit, that would have been bad, but he has 1 HP. Bean wins! Bean gets level 4. And almost level 5. Well, it's never gonna see level 5 in my possession, because once we've healed our Pokemon, we're gonna get rid of Bean. And I'll show you the reason why we even caught Bean in the first place. Please heal our Pokemon. Flutters and Scales are hurt, and I guess Bean too. And it would be nice to, when we get rid of it, sort of... It's not so bad getting rid of it. We're going to trade it away. As with Pokemon Blue, I intend to do all in-game trades in Pokemon Gold. And the first one is available right here in Violet City. This guy is looking for a Bellsprout and wants to trade it for Onyx. Connect the game link cable. Remember how I said that Geodude has a really good defense and can be very useful in early game? Well, if you catch a Bellsprout and trade it for this Onyx, Onyx's defenses are even higher. Its attack stat isn't good for some reason. It has like 40 base attack and 70 base speed, which I still don't quite understand. I feel like it should be swapped. But it's how it is. Onyx does have really good defenses, so in the early game, especially when there's a bunch of normal type moves, Onyx can be really nice as defensive wall. There we go. Onyx on the team. Now this one we can't choose a nickname for because it's a traded Pokemon. And yeah, that is indeed its dex entry for Bellsprout. Yeah, I knew that. Welcome, Rocky the Onyx. Only a Bitter Berry, which we're going to take off it. I don't intend to use Rocky at all, it's just there to show off the in-game trade. But we'll keep it on the team for as long as we have space. And we might be able to use its defense at some point to Screech, which lowers an opponent's defense stat by 2 stages, so it's basically like a double Tail Whip, if it hits anyway, because it can miss. This is the Violet City Pokemon Gym. Hey, I'm no trainer, but I can give you some advice. Believe me, if you believe, a championship dream can come true. If you believe, then listen. The grass type is weak against the flying type. Keep this in mind. So basically, instead of telling me use a rock, like Geodude or Onyx, he says, don't use Chikorita. Or Bellsprout. Let me see if you're good enough to face Falkner. Birdkeeper Abe has a Spearow. No Flutters! I also have flying types. You have Peck. I want Peck. But I don't get Peck for another 2 levels. Tackle! That Spearow's actually winning. Spearow's a higher attack stat than Flutters. I think I'm gonna switch to Scales. Was that already at level 10? Could have done Onyx, I guess, and then shown you how big its defenses are. I might actually do that for one of the next trainer's Pokemon. Now this gym is where in the speedrun Rage comes into play quite a bit. You do need to heal with a potion, I think, in between fights. But getting hit a lot is actually good, because then your Rage builds in power. Potion Flutters. Next trainer. The keyword is guts. Those here are training night and day to become bird Pokemon masters. Come on. Now, he says that no matter what time you set the game to, but it's actually quite interesting that we start during the night and it's now early morning in the game anyway, but it's still like 4:30 AM and they're in this gym. So what he says actually makes a lot of sense with the timing. Pidgey. We haven't actually seen a Pidgey. I believe during daytime you can encounter Pidgey on the first route that we have in the game, which is Route 29. It actually continues counting on from the Kanto, so the Gen 1 routes. So this game starts at Route 29, 30, we've got Bellsprout at 31. And when we went south of Violet City, we found Route 32. Is it 32? I think it's 32. Yeah. At level 10 for Flutters, they have another Pidgey. we have more Flutters. Their Pidgeys can tackle too. Pidgey doesn't start with Gust in this game. It starts with Tackle, but it does learn Gust at level 5. Another change between Gen 1 and Gen 2, 4 moves that existed in Gen 1 were changed. They were all normal type. They were chain types when they went to Gen 2. Gust became a flying type move. Karate Chop became fighting. Bite became dark, and Sand Attack became a ground move. Also, look at this back sprite for Onix. It looks like it doesn't have eyes. In a way, because it has the same color background. Same color eyes as the background. This is pretty weird. And this Pidgey, 3 levels higher and gets stabbed. The same type attack bonus off of Tackle. 1 damage. So Rocky the Onix can actually be pretty useful here. And because it's traded Pokemon, it gets 1.5 times experience. Do note that because it's a traded Pokemon, when it gets up to a certain level, it won't listen to you as well. Then every 2 badges, I think, that level cap increases. Flutters gets 40, Rocky gets 60 experience, doesn't quite get the level up, and that might also be the final time they use Rocky. Actually, we should just not the Poké Center. Nah, just berry. We have enough healing items that we bought to start. Where did we get an X Defend? Must have found it in Sprout Tower. We could use the X Defend, because I never use X items. Then again, you can sell X items, I think, for quite a large amount. What does that? No, that's protein. And the vitamins. I'm gonna do it without. I'm Falkner, the Violet Pokemon Gym Leader. People say you can clip flying-type Pokemon's wings with a jolt of electricity. I won't allow such insult to bird Pokemon. I'll show you the real power of the magnificent bird Pokemon! Starting off with Pidgey. Use Growl to weaken its attacks. I think overall it'll deal less damage. So it might have dealt like 4 or 5 damage. Probably 5. 4 or 5 otherwise, so in the long run that would have been more probably than if I hadn't used it. Well, no, less damage than if I would have not used it, yeah. Tackle, tackle! And Pidgey has been defeated. Now, the thing is, it's level 7 Pidgey. And the previous trainer also had a level 7 Pidgey, but then they also had a level 7 Pidgey alongside it. But this is where the game starts getting cheatsy-doodly. Level 9 Pidgeotto. Falkner must have been in Pokemon Yellow and caught one in Viridian Forest. Whenever I do my Yellow walkthrough, I'll be sure to show this off, but you can catch a level 5 Pidgeotto in Viridian Forest. Falkner must have gotten it from there, because Pidgey normally evolves at level 18. I don't think Flutters can win this, but I am going to deal some damage. And I'm also going to Growl to make it overall deal less damage. Now, I remember how earlier on I said, earlier on this stream, I said Geodude and Onix are both very useful Pokemon for early game, for normal types, even for bug, not really for bug moves, but I guess bug types also just use normal moves at this point. It resists Poison Sting, it resists Gust. Very, very useful. However, this Pidgeotto, I'm not sure that Pidgey has it, but this Pidgeotto has a counter for that. Even for electric types. I don't think you can have any electric types at this point in the game. But even if you did, Pidgey and Pidgeotto, at least the Pidgeotto has a way around it. Against Scales and Hootoo, Gust is its best move. It'll probably just keep using Gust. But it also knows the move Mud Slap, a 20 power ground move, therefore super effective against Electric and Rock, that also lowers your Pokemon's accuracy. And Mud Slap is learned by quite a few flying types. Also different types of Pokemon, but quite a few flying types can learn it, including Pidgey and Pidgeotto, which is used as a counter to, as I said, Electrics, but also Rocks. It's still a ground move, therefore physical, therefore still won't do that much damage on Geodude and Onix, but it's better than Gust and Tackle being resisted. Let's see. No level 11 for Hootoo, I was hoping for that. Darn, my dad's cherished bird Pokemon. Alright, take this. It's the official Pokemon League Zephyr Badge. There we go. First badge has been obtained. Dum bum bum ba dum. Zephyr Badge raises the attack power of Pokemon. It also enables Pokemon to use Flash, if they have it, anytime. Here, take this too. We get TM31, which actually contains Mud Slap, the move I was referring to earlier. Just like in Gen 1, every gym leader has a TM that they give you at the end, which is sort of seen like their signature move. And this is, I think, the first time that a gym leader, actually beside Brock, I guess, uses Bide, and that's not, Bide is a normal move and not a ground move, rock move. Most trainers, most gym leaders will give a move that is the type of, that they specialize in. Falkner specializes in flying types. But this is a ground type move. Causing damage, lowers accuracy. It's both defensive and offensive. Nice battle! Keep it up and you'll be the champ in no time at all. Oh, Professor L. Hello. Hello, Reiner. We discovered something about the egg. My assistant is at the Pokemon Center in Violet City. Could you go talk to him? But what did you discover? I guess we'll find out when we talk to the assistant. Let's heal up our Pokemon and see what they have to say. Would you take the Pokemon egg? Wait, I don't have an image for the egg. Like, you don't really catch the egg, but the egg is in your party. That's also an introduction in this Pokemon game. Pokemon eggs. Pokemon can hatch from eggs. You don't just catch them in the wild, or get them from trades, or just gifts. Pokemon can hatch from eggs. And this is such an egg. Huh? You're indeed skilled as a trainer. As promised, here is your HM. But let me say this. You should treat your Pokemon better. The way you battle is far too harsh. Pokemon are not tools of war. He claims to be the Elder, but he's weak. It stands to reason. I'd never lose to fools who babble about being nice to Pokemon. I only care about strong Pokemon that can win. I really couldn't care less about weak Pokemon. Okay. It's a powerful painting of the Bellsprout. Well then, we have our team. We have Rocky, that's absolutely going to be fainted in one shot due by a Bellsprout attack. Well, we have the other two as well, so we'll be good. So good of you to come here. Sprout Tower is a place of training. People and Pokemon test their bonds to build a bright future together. I am the final test. Allow me to check the ties between your Pokemon and you. Sage Lee. They're called sages in this game. Hard Gold to Silver. This guy's actually called Elder. Like, he was mentioned as called the Elder earlier, but he still has a trainer class Sage. He's actually called Elder Lee. Just still the same name Lee in Hard Gold and Soul Silver, the remakes of this game. But he's actually called Lee for a reason. He's Lee, and he's the Elder. Elder Lee. But it took me years to realize elderly, because he's old. But I like he just saw it as Lee, just as a name, because it's Sage Lee in the original game. So I never really noticed it when I played Hard Gold and Soul Silver. But starting off with a level 7 Bellsprout with 3 Pokemon. Definitely the strongest one, strongest trainer in this tower. But even after growth, it's only 2 damage from Fine Whip. Flutter's doing very well to resist those moves. Flutters that we caught as a level 3 Hoothoot, because the level 4s wouldn't appear until after I'd caught Flutters. So wait, is Rocky a male or a female? I just thought of that, because then he'd be the first male Pokemon, if it's a he. Flutters learned Peck, yay! Hoothoot. See, Rocky, I'm not gonna click on Rocky, because then I switch him in. Or switch her in, I don't know, switch them in I should say, until I know. Let's check. Rocky is a boy. That's our first boy, even though it's not really, we're not really using him in battle at all. Force Set, which doesn't do anything in this scenario. Lowering its defense, so our scratches will deal more damage. 1.5 times. So after 2 scratches, we will have dealt the same damage as we would have otherwise with 3. Unless they growl, but it missed. Wait, is this the same, like, random mischance that the opponent has? Because growl is supposed to be just 100% accurate. Maybe that's still, like, status moves in Gen 1 and in Gen 2 that could just randomly miss if the AI use them. Skills to level 12. But they have one more Pokemon, one more Bellsprout. But for that, we get to do something with Flutters. So we now have Peck, which is super effective. See, even Pokemon did jokes as early as Gen 2. This real Lee got out of hand rather quickly. Nice. Trying to think of any other joke names. There's always references in the names, especially the important characters and their origins. But I'm not sure. There's probably more than just elderly that have name jokes, potentially in combination with their trainer class. You and your Pokemon should have no problem using this move. Take this Flash HM.